So you obviously moved here. You moved here. What was getting in your way before you moved here? What was holding you back? Because it was quite a brave thing to do to move to go to.
Some more sleepless nights then.
Yes.
Yeah. It was something we'd toyed with, and to be honest, the announcement of the ban and obviously a potential loss of income for us meant that we needed to do the first thing that I spoke about, which was to look at all our costs. So it gave us the final push to do what we've done.
So you moved here to cut your costs, which meant you didn't have to pass so much on to your existing landlords.
Absolutely. And it was the right time where, as we've covered, the geographical barriers of being able to provide the best service are virtually gone. The economies of scale, the increased efficiencies of having all the staff in one place. You should see the amount of internal phone calls that don't happen anymore. It's put the head around the door and talk. Back in the good old days, talk to people. And it's calmer.
Well, it's very calm.
It's issues get sorted and nipped in the bud.
So what does that mean to a landlord, though? What does that actually mean? If I was a landlord, how's that all going to help me?
Well, it's going to help you.
We're not going to increase your costs when the tenant fee ban comes in.
True. And issues get sorted out quicker, more efficiently. You're not making internal phone calls to different people at different offices to find out information. They're in the next office. It's there.
We've got the best people in the best roles now, so that instead of encompassing sort of a whole group of a whole
a jack of all trades, we've now sort of identified more specific roles for the right staff and put them in what we feel is their best position within the business.
So what you're saying is because you've been able to bring everybody together, you've been able to have more specialisation within the office?
Yeah, but for example, our previous lettings teams did everything from let the property, take the application, process the tenancy, move the tenant in. We've now split that. We've got a dedicated lettings team which just lets the property. We've got a contracts team who deal with all the paperwork and administration up to the point where they move in.
So what does that mean? Does that mean stuff lets quicker, easier, simpler? Tell me what that means.
It means that people are freer on the phone, so the phones, they're not tied up for a great length of time chasing references or speaking to applicants. They're actually answering the phone and speaking to people that are interested in viewing properties more and more. One of the other things that have changed in the city centres, the phone lines, you're so limited with the telephone exchanges, and it's been a real bugbear in Derby. We've been working off broadband. We couldn't get a high speed lease line in there. We've got that here. And we've had a whole new telephone system internet-based telephone system, which means we've got an infinite number of telephone lines. So the business isn't being held back by anything. So it's not like you've got 4 lines or 8 lines coming into a business, and once they're busy, that's it. We've got, if 1,000 people wanted to ring us at the same time, it's going to cause us massive problems, but
it's a nice problem to have, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but you got on about the service. The last thing people want to hear is, "This is a voicemail. Please leave a message," and we'll get. We don't want that. There are instances when that's going to happen, but we want to be able to talk to people, because that's how business is conducted, not people phoning back after listening to a message 48 hours later. It's done, needs to be done straight away.